What is up, everybody? Let's keep the momentum going in our discussion about making life more happy and more fulfilling. Our channel is called Our Journey to Bliss. Bliss is defined as complete happiness, utter joy, or contentment. Complete happiness? Who does this guy think he is? He thinks his family will find complete happiness in life? Why, yes I do. Martin Seligman is often referred to as the father of positive psychology. He beautifully describes positive psychology as the scientific study of optimal human functioning that aims to discover and promote the factors that allow individuals and communities to thrive. So today, let's discuss some of the science behind being happy. Now, there is so much information out there in books, online, that define and talk about positive psychology. Simply put, positive psychology studies human strengths and virtues, and the factors that contribute to a full and meaningful life. Thus, Seligman's definition, discovering and promoting the factors that allow people to thrive. I love this word thrive. Thrive means to prosper or flourish. It's often used to describe a living organism growing or developing in a very healthy and vigorous way. And often it's due to the environment around them being very favorable. Historically, psychology primarily focused its studies on the negative aspects of life. This included things like depression and anxiety. There just weren't many studies on positive human traits and virtues. Between 1887 and 2001, roughly 1 out of every 21 studies was related to a positive aspect of human life. Even with these few positive studies, there were nothing linking them together. The framework to unite these studies just did not exist yet. Mental illness has always been an overarching theme of psychological studies, and rightly so. It was especially studied following World War II. This was a very difficult time for many, and most resources were redirected towards research involving many psychological disorders that were becoming more and more present. The post-war framework of psychology was mostly centered around mental illness. This was very beneficial too, since many diseases can now be treated due to these studies. However, an important part of psychology went untouched during this period. This included positive traits of humanity, and so positive psychology was born out of this need. During his studies, Martin Seligman found that when people were more aware of and using what he called their signature strengths, such as courage and persistence and wisdom, this greatly impacted the quality of their lives. Over the years, Seligman developed PERMA model. It's his model which focuses on 5 elements that create the foundation for a flourishing life: positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishments. Now, there are 3 elements within each of these elements that we just do not have time to go over right now. Just remember that each of these 5 elements must contribute to our well-being, have to be pursued for themselves and not for another element. And it must be measurable and defined independently of the other elements. But for sake of time, let's discuss the first element today. And we'll try to get to the others in upcoming videos, I promise. So, positive emotions. I think this one is pretty self-explanatory. This element is all about being able to focus on just what it says: positive emotions. This is more than just smiling and groundlessly nodding your head. Simply put, we have to be more optimistic, as we discussed before regarding behaviorism. Remember, actions and outcomes. It's unrealistic to assume that every experience or action we have in life is going to be a good one and produce a positive and reinforcing outcome. Reality is, we are going to have bad experiences. It's unfortunate, but it's a part of our existence. The connection is that when you strive to be optimistic, no matter if your experience is good or bad, you will look on your experiences and outcomes in a more favorable fashion. If we were to only place emphasis on the low points in our lives, that would be setting the groundwork for things like depression and other associated feelings. It is so important that we focus on having a more positive emotion and outlook on everything that we do, and to look on life with more optimism. It makes sense that Seligman would have positive emotions as his first element. Positive emotions set the stage for the rest of the elements. If your outlook on life is always negative, then the rest of the elements are not going to matter much. But if you, like us, like my family, are trying to get the most out of life, to live life to the fullest, then elements 2 through 5 are going to make a lot of sense when we discuss them here shortly. As Seligman says, having a more positive view of life can help you in things like your relationships at work, and they can inspire you to be more creative and do things you may not normally do. Not only does positivity and optimism help you make you a more happy person, but they also contribute to your overall health in a very beneficial way. To wrap up this video, Seligman's study of positive emotions points us to the idea of enjoyment. If you are enjoying life, you are on the right track. Let's all try to be more optimistic, have more positive emotions, and have awesome experiences that result in a fulfilling and reinforcing outcome. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the subject of happiness too. What does happiness mean to you? So please comment below. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We're so grateful you want to follow our journey to bliss. We have more videos like this to come, especially on this study of what does it mean to be happy, the study and science behind happiness. We will see you all in the next video.